Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard with Maureen. Surprise! Maureen showed up at my door and I forgot an appointment. Oops. Oh well. And now I can't get my timer to set. I set the timer so the camera won't shut off before I'm ready, and I just did it twice. Okay, well, never mind. I'm having a ditzy day, obviously. I stayed up too late last night. Let's get my tool out of the way. I've actually got my glasses on my face. We have a 12 by 16 inch canvas in front of us, and we have some acetate cards, some clean that you can hardly see, and some less clean that I will probably do something fun with someday, and a variety pack over to my edge of other things available should I so desire them. I've shaken all my paints. My paints are all pre-mixed with Deco Art pouring medium Floetrol half and half, added to a acrylic paint with 10 to 20% GAC 800 in it, and I'm just going to do this with using some of my favorite colors right out of the gate, and that is the Folk Art Neon Purple. And because I love that color and I like mixing colors and I don't like schmutz, goodbye schmutz, go away. We have a nice breeze, and as long as it's still nice. Alright, so I know that these colors will mix nicely, and I'm getting friskier all the time with my color combinations. I could put just one color down and that would not be a problem. I'm going to dip this card, push it back toward the edge so it's covered. Actually, I'm going to push it right over the edge so it's covered, because I like coverage. And I can come back later in a little while, change that if I want to. I can stick some pressure on it from my finger as I go along. I'm going to use other colors that I know will be nice next to those colors. And I have a few colors like this pale blue that I'm not overly thrilled with, but they will change up. And in this case, help create patterns, maybe, if I'm lucky. And I'm just going to keep going. I think I might have gone a little wider than I want to, so I'm just going to go this way first. Doesn't really matter what gets on the canvas. This is, oh, we have a guest to the studio today. Hi, Maureen. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention we have a guest. I did say that I forgot in lessons, so my bad all the way around today. Anyway, I'm not cleaning my card off because I don't mind if some of that color gets in there, but I'm going to push it back so I fill the gap in the canvas. I'm not going to worry about anything much. I'm going to use a different side of that card. See how far I can make that go out. I can also press it down across the end. We're sort of kind of making squares, sort of not. Now I can see that my Prussian blue and this Bahama blue from Anita's, which is the one that I'm playing with right now, makes nice cells. So if I pull out, there it is, my Prussian blue. I'm going to go ahead. There's my Anita's Bahama blue. I'm going to do that again. And just pull all of that. And I'm still using my dirty card. I would say bad, but that's not bad because I like the combinations that I get and the cells that come from combining things. And also, if I want just something different texturally, I can just press it down. But I think I better press it down all the way over or I won't have any coverage. More often than not, I have to go back and fill in the edges, which is okay. That is some Anita's Metallic. Let me grab. See, I just naturally think that all my colors go together right out of the gate, so I'm really happy that my tips are not clogging. What color do I want to combine with that white? I feel like I should be calling you my assistant, asking you to hand me colors. I could do that. And you may before I'm done. But I don't know all the names. Yeah, you're not alone. I don't know all the names either. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to try and keep my bottles back, because when I put them in front of me, then I can't turn my turntable. But got to keep moving because I will run out of time. And even though it seems kind of odd, I'm sure, that I'm not putting down square shapes, I fully intend on pulling over everything. I want some purple there. I'm not doing them the way I started doing them by any stretch. And in the end, if I want to, I can just fill in with my squeeze bottles. So there's comfort in that thought. And I'm using the edge of my card. I was going to say to square up my design, but it's not looking very square. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. And a lot of times I like to take the residual off my card and just put it down somewhere else. And I think it's time to see what happens when I use that pink over there with that turquoise. I love, love, love how my gold mica powder laces with things. And that's available on the Amazon link underneath the video. Also, I use bamboo skewers quite frequently. And when I don't want to use a card, I'm just going to find a nice clean one-ish. Yeah, right. I save everything with paint on it, so it's all here. So I'm just going to dip that in gently. Try not to pull the purple back. And maybe let a little bit of that drip down over the edge, because I can. Ooh, feels like pollen. Feels like a sneeze coming. I'll try and warn you. Alright, so I actually like, I like the gold and the yellow together. I want a bigger sheet. If I have one, I can use that. That'd be good. So I'm going to keep track of that because it's still got wet paint on it, and I think it'll come in handy in a minute. As much as I like that, I don't know what's going to happen when that gets there, but that's okay. That is a factory edge-ish. No, it's not. Okay, it's not a factory edge, so I'm going to have to try and focus on making it do what I want anyway. Just going to scrape that right off.
It's like a sunset.
Yeah, I love sunset colors. Matter of fact, I used to go and take a lot of sunset pictures, and then I moved 6 miles from the beach and I never go anymore. And there's not really a beach there anyway. But how are we doing for time? We've got 9 minutes. We're doing okay. So I keep wondering where that schmutz comes from, because my hands are clean today.
No, your hands were clean.
I am just gonna keep rotating this canvas. And I love this color. This is a pink, and I'm not sure. I know it's from Art Minds. And I think I added gold and iridescent pearl fine to it, which gave it a shimmering effect. Yeah, I do want to do that. And I'm going to go back to using my dirty card. I'm going to start at the bottom. Pull both directions. Use my residual. Because I'm not pulling in every direction, but I am pulling in a couple. So that's a hair. Where did that come from? Go away, hair. Come here and then go away. I see you. Fortunately, there's a nice little pool right there of gold, so. Yeah, as long as I have something on my edges once in a while, it's a good thing, I think. I can always fill in after, like I said. I'm going to just tap with my finger and camouflage everything to a degree anyway. I am loving that my paint is coming out. That's so amazing. I'm going to find a really small piece. Just fill in that one little box and see if I want... Oh, that other orange did not go down over the edge. Guess what? Fix that right now. Alright, so what else do I have? I kind of like that orange up there so much. Try and make it come out thin. You know what? I just really like... Yep, I am. I'm getting outside of my box. I don't want to put purple too near orange, because then I will wind up with brown. but I do want to pull a much larger section of paint. I'm just going to dip that in until I see that I have some on the edge of my card. And then just move it up. I think I'm going to put some more pink up there too. I think I'm going to put this color. That's actually more purple than pink. And that's another one of those Art Minds colors. And I may have to go back again, but that's okay, because that's the perfect time to hit my other angle. And I love the pink and the purple together. And if I don't go overboard dragging, I have a much better chance of avoiding the mud that is coming for people who over drag or over mix. And if I want a clean edge, I just pull it to a different, I rotate it to a different side. And I don't realize that I make so many mistakes until I listen to my own videos later. And then I don't figure anybody really cares because they're not watching me to hear everything. We are out here. It's going to be a hot day, and Maureen got here just in time for us to be outside and do this. So if we do it again, we won't be making another recording because we'll be inside in air-conditioned comfort. Alright, so I like this purple, and I know that the combination of that purple and this gold yes, I am getting wild. I'm making fest. Short work of it. Now that's not clean. It's better now. I love wearing paint clothes. I really do. I'm gonna let those. I'm gonna dip in the green a little bit. Go back in front of the gold. I'm gonna just take that right off with my finger. And I love those cells. I'm just not sure how far you're gonna go. Yeah, I've been doing this more and more often. I kind of like that mark. One on the other side, where I wasn't thinking about it being thick. That's where happy accidents come in, when you have stuff like that happen.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yes, and I think it's a keeper. And that will probably be. What did I ever do with those rags? There they are. It's always nice to have a handy bag of handy dish of damp rags. And I don't usually combine those two things. I say that, but then I'm sure I'm going to see that I do that plenty of times. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I am getting to the point where I think someday I will stop and just start adding just lines and dots. And I wish I would keep that out of the way, but since I don't remember, I've got my white metallic on deck. If I just put pressure with my finger on the card, okay, so my pink disappeared, which is going to prompt me to put more pink in there, which is fine, because we'll pull that right over in the other direction. And I like this green. It goes with gold. It won't clash too bad. I need a different card. So there's several different ways you can get paint on canvas. And I've finally come to the conclusion that if I worry about the canvas, the white canvas showing behind, that I'm always going to be, worried about the wrong thing. So if there happens to be a little texture in something, it's not a problem. There's also adding lines, like so. And I would like to use some Anita's white metallic, see what's on my card. If I don't like it while it's still wet, I'll change it. But I like to take advantage of the odd combinations. This is not really how I would expect a beginner to start anyway. But this is how I do it, so poor Maureen is stuck with it this way. And we're actually coming along, kind of, aren't we? Sort of, kind of. This is my turquoise color shift, which is way too much like a lot of other things. Like what's next to it. But that's okay. I just want to facilitate all my little tiny... Yeah, I got a nubby on the edge. Good to use clean edges if you can. I gave Maureen the option of going inside, and she picked outside, and she keeps looking around, so I keep wondering if maybe she changed her mind.
I'm fine.
Oh, that's good.
You're the one working.
Well, it's not heavy lifting, so we're good. So I'm just shimmying that card back and forth, and I just got a zigzag I really like the look of. And I can continue to go as long as I want to go with that, and make some really strange anomalous marks, which are cool. Thus calling it abstract. Alright, so I'm looking for some blue. And some other blue. And if I don't use an overabundance, then I won't be stuck with an excess. And I'm just sort of making up my mind as I go along what I think might be fun in another space. And I may be fortunate that my subconscious is telling me what not to use too. And also I have a pretty good instinct about where brown comes from. And so I'm pretty good with most of that. I just have to decide what comes last. And I have a color that I need. Can you grab me that pink over there? We've got 2 minutes left for me to tell you whatever I need to tell you. And thank you. She's a natural. She shook my paint for me. Bless you. And we will finish this. What goes with pink? Better than pink? More pink. And we might be done after this anyway, with the exception of doing something in that white, but I kind of like that negative space in there, so... If you want a hard edge and you have enough paint underneath your card, you can always squish it right down. And I think, I love that gold dot right there. I don't know what to do about that, because I really want to keep that.
I could always add it back.
I could. You know, I don't think like that sometimes. There's always the next day, and I never... Well, I can't say never, because plenty of times I go back and do a whole new painting. But I'm just going to add the Anita's white metallic right into that spot. And call it good. And tell you guys, if you want to help me out, watch more of the videos. If you want to find more of the videos, they're on the end screens in the last 20 seconds of this video. There's a playlist with over... well, I'm working on almost 600 videos there. There are also a couple separate playlists for swipes and geometrics and fantasyscapes. And that's it. We're pretty much done, other than the fact that I'm probably going to want to cover my edges. And I'll wait to do that until after you guys are gone. I do give lessons at the house. Voila, hello Maureen. And I do sell my artwork, so if you're interested in having a conversation about that, I'll give you my email. Just talk to me on YouTube. What else? I have Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook albums. If you join the Facebook group called Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors, you will have access to the Facebook albums of my YouTube artworks, the first 100. And I could probably just easily enough drag a few things here and there. I don't want to get too frisky. So I should show you guys what we're done, and say this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida, at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery with a guest. Thank you for joining me, Maureen.